Hi, my name is Sally and today I'm going to show you a full makeover on my lovely model Dawn using Look Fabulous Forever's products. I'm going to really home in on eye makeup and how to apply eye makeup to slightly hooded eyes. Hooded eyes is a very, very common problem. Some people are born with hooded eyes where the skin literally goes over, so you can't see. If you just close your eyes for me, Dawn, you can't really see the mobile part of the eye. If you just open your eyes. And as we get older, as gravity wins out, often a lot of ladies become a little bit more hooded. So this area comes down more with gravity. When they were younger, you know, everything was sort of up more. So with makeup, you can actually make this look less obvious, just using a few simple tricks. The first thing I'm going to use, which is really, really important for hooded eyes, is the Smooth Out Eye Prime. What we want to do, because hooded eyes sort of come over a little bit, it's very easy to get transfer of makeup, so you want anything you put on the eyes to really stay put. This creates the perfect base for your eye makeup, so you don't need very much. And the secret to this product is to put it onto dry, clean, oil-free eyelids. So just keep them closed for me. Thank you, Dawn. Just a little bit on each side. I tend to put it on with my fingers, and then what I do is blend it with my concealer brush. I'm actually going to bring it a little bit higher with hooded eyes than I might do with slightly less hooded eyes, because I'm going to be putting the shadow a little bit higher. It will stop your eyeshadow from creasing, it will keep it on. And the other thing it's really good for is if you've got slightly broken veins on your lids, it will cover them so that you have got a really perfect base for the eyeshadow colour that you choose. And it will be a true colour rather than one that's affected by the colour of your eyelids. We're going to start. We've decided to use soft green eye shade trio. So what we're going to do, I'm going to use the soft olive, which is the lightest one, as a sort of a base to start with, and then we're going to build up and we're going to create a slightly false socket line. So because with a hooded eye, you have lost your natural socket line because of the hood has come over, we're going to recreate it using eyeshadow. What we don't want to do is to put a really light colour on the hooded bit, because light brings forward, dark pushes back. So what you're going to do with the shades, we're going to actually create the hooded bit to go back a little bit with a darker colour. So I'm bringing it up to a little bit higher than I might normally bring the colour. Just sort of above where that natural socket line is. So I am starting the dark. If you just look very relaxed, don't lift your eyebrow, just look at me straight. Lovely. Just there. Now close your eye for me. So you can see it's actually quite high up that I've started that. But I had to get that start point. This is fern, so it's slightly darker. I'm going to build it up. And if you don't want to use a colour, then taupe is a really good colour to do this with, if you don't want it to be a green or a different colour. So I'm just very slowly putting on the colour, and I'm going to bring a little bit down onto the outside base. And if you find that your skin moves a little bit, then just press the brush rather than trying to make it all into a perfect sort of sweep. Press it in, tap it in. So what you're doing here is you're creating a slightly darker false socket. And I'm going to go even darker. I'm going to use the third shade. I'm going to use Forest to make it even more defined. So this, when you're doing this yourself, Dawn, you'll think, goodness me, this looks way too dark, way too high, and you'll panic, because that's what happens. So don't, because we haven't finished, and you've got to remember you've got no eyeliner, no mascara, no blusher, no lipstick. You'll just have eyeshadow that will look quite sort of strong, higher than you feel it should be, but it needs to be, because it's dark, it's pushing back the area that is the hooded bit. So it's just a clever illusion. Makeup is just a clever illusion of dark and light and shine and not shine. I now need to blend that. I'm using the blender brush to really blend it, and I blend it out to in so that we don't change where we've put it, but we just soften the edges. If I blend it in to out, it'll come down too much. I don't want to do that. So little short, firm blending motion. What I'm now going to use, I'm going to use the Forest again to create a little bit of eyeliner. There's a bit of controversy with hooded eyes as to whether you can use eyeliner or not.
Yes.
Because obviously you can't see very much on the top of the eyeliner. So I'm not going to bother too much about the top, but I am going to put some underneath. What you don't want to do is a very thick eyeliner line all across the top of your lid if you haven't got very much mobile lid showing anyway, because that will just make that area even less. So I'm only just putting it on that tiny outer corner and lifting it up slightly so that when Dawn blinks, you'll just see a little bit of dark. It will make her lashes look a little bit thicker, but I'm not going to bring it all the way across with a hooded eye. I'm just winging it slightly upwards, which will just make Dawn's eyes look even bigger. Pressing and lifting the outer edge of the wedge brush up slightly. This won't show very much when Dawn's eyes are open, but as she blinks and moves around, it will just give the illusion of a little bit of fullness to her lashes. So I'm just pressing, and this gives a much softer effect than using a pencil or a liquid eyeliner. So what I'm going to do, Dawn, just look slightly down. Bring it through. You could even put a second layer of mascara on if you've got hooded eyes, just to build that up even more. It's better to do 2 thin layers than to just put loads on the brush and go for it. I think it's just a little bit more subtle if you do it that way, but it still then gives you more definition. I'm just going to coat the bottom ones very gently downwards. Okay, so just to recap, Dawn's finished now. The secrets to the hooded eye look and dilemma are, first of all, to make sure that you use an eye prime to keep the eye makeup not from moving, and then to use a darker colour where the hood is, so to create a slightly full socket line higher than you feel you would want to put naturally. Matte shadows, really important. The worst thing you could do is to put a light shiny colour where I've put the dark forest green, because that will just make it look more forward. Also, really work hard on your mascara, and if you can, curl your lashes first. Use a waterproof mascara because that will stop anything from moving. Brows, make sure that your brows are really well groomed. If you haven't got brows, then make sure that you do use Bring Back Brow Shape to add in brows. And then also, just to distract away from hooded eyes, use a beautiful lip colour. We've used Foxy Lady on Dawn. And make sure that you use your blusher to give yourself a bit of definition and colour in the face, which will just create the whole overall look. So that also, don't look at yourself at the end when you're kind of close up. Always hold your mirror at arm's length to get the overall effect, because people aren't looking at hooded eyes, they're looking at Dawn as a person overall. And you just look beautiful. Thank you.
If you love this video and would like to see more content like this, then subscribe to my channel.